So I saw this thing on Facebook that people put up, what's your this or that, your opinion of this or that. Someone put up, who are your 4 singers that you would put on Mount Rushmore? So we've all got our opinions of the best singer, the best guitar player. So who are your 4 singers?
So we have to give 4. We can't just say this guy is or this girl is my favorite.
Yeah, 4. Well, because there's 4 people on Mount Rushmore. So
no, I get that.
Guys or girls? Yeah. Just want to check, You're blonde.
Except for the 5th one that fell off. We don't know about that one.
Yes. It's a conspiracy. So, your 4 singers of Mount Rushmore.
All right, let's go back and forth. We'll do 1 and 1, back and forth, okay? So, since I'm starting, Sammy Hagar. I've always loved Sammy Hagar, and the fact that he can write and play guitar, got to put him there.
Okay. He's, the Red Rocker, yeah. Okay.
It's not necessarily that he's the best, but I just think that he's on my Mount Rushmore of singers.
Yeah, and he's got the longevity.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. I'm going to go for my top female is Etta James.
Ooh. Oh, so you're okay.
If I could sing like anybody, it would be Etta James.
Yeah.
Always loved her voice.
I think if I were to say that, it would be kind of weird.
Well, yeah.
I mean, can you imagine a guy walking in the room and I'm trying to seduce you and I've got the seduction face on and then I go, at last. I don't think it would work.
You're like, never. Yeah. So, okay.
Ooh, okay. So I see where you're going. I would have to say Prince because I don't think there's anything he can't sing. And,
or play.
Or no, but I mean, even take away the instruments, just the singing part. Mm-hmm. He sings all his own backups, sings all his own leads, and he can sing any octave.
Yeah.
Any octave.
That's true. He does have the falsetto, and he does have quite a range.
And I have not heard, I mean, even with Kiss, the song Kiss, there's a spot on there where he has to scream as loud as he can, and I'm thinking, he's not going to make that note, and he does. Mm-hmm. And it's weird, because every time that song comes on, I go, he's not going to make it. Oh, got it.
Okay, so my next female one, I've always loved Ann Wilson.
Oh.
Ann Wilson of Heart.
Can I have the same? Can I? Because she was on my list too.
Is she on your list too?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Ann Wilson.
Well, we could pick the same ones. It's
I know.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
We're
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm picking Ann Wilson.
Okay.
For my other female one. She's iconic. She's just got this voice that it can be real soft, or she can just belt it out like crazy. So Ann Wilson is my other pick.
I would like Ann Wilson for the same reason. She can hit anything. She can belt. She's got the range. She's got the phrasing. The reason I like her is because she said when they first started Heart, they said they wanted to be the female Led Zeppelin. Mm-hmm. And so you got to give props to a woman that says, not only am I going to go into a man's world and make it mine, but I'm going to take a man's group and I'm going to make it mine.
Yeah, and they did.
Yes.
They really did, yeah.
So, yeah, Ann Wilson is number 3 on there for me.
Okay. So I picked 2 girls and 2 guys. My guy pick, I kind of went back and forth on this. I picked Steve Perry.
Oh, good one.
I was going between Steve Perry and Freddie Mercury, but I picked Steve Perry. So, I mean, I think he can go out there and he can just sing anything. It's like it's effortless. Back in the day anyways. I haven't really heard him recently, but back in the day it was just like...
But we're just picking them for what they've accomplished and what they've done.
His voice was like butter.
Yeah, it was.
It was like butter. It was just effortless for him, it seemed like. So
I have a friend, Kelly, that loves Journey, but only the Journey with Steve Perry, and said that she doesn't care who is in the band, Steve Perry is better. And I'm thinking that Arnold guy is the closest I've ever heard. Arnold Pineda or whatever his name is.
Arnell, yeah. He's great. Yeah, he is, and he does a fantastic job. He is a great singer too, but yeah.
He's not Steve Perry.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
I for my other singer, I got to go kind of the same route. Mm-hmm. Pat Benatar was one of the first female singers that I heard before Heart. Mm-hmm. And I loved her voice, and it seemed like she could sing anything, just kind of the same. Mm-hmm. But her strong point was she was a rocker. Mm-hmm. Heart does the soft stuff, and they do. Pat Benatar, you bring her husband Neil in and you turn up the guitar and she says, I can sing louder than you. Come on, bring it on. You know,
Yeah.
she's got that attitude.
Yeah.
And it just seems like in a world where there weren't many females rocking, she didn't care that she was blazing a new trail. She was just doing it. That was what came naturally. She didn't care what it was doing to the history of rock and roll.
She was another female that went stomping right into a man's world. All, 5'1" of her, however tall she's a tiny little thing, just went stomping into a man's world,
Yep.
And took it over. So, yeah, she would be another one of mine. If we could have 5, she'd be another one.
So she's your honorable mention, is what you
honorable
said.
mention. There you go.
All right.
So my last pick that you might think is a little odd, but an old one. I could listen all day to Dean Martin.
Really?
I love me some Dean Martin.
Okay.
People would, as far as like the Rat Pack goes, people always go to Frank Sinatra as their go-to pick.
Yeah.
He's good. He's great, I guess, but I love Dean Martin. I could listen to him all day, and I have. I love Dean Martin. I love him. I just love his voice.
Could you roll around in Dean Martin?
Well,
Music?
his music, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
That was a different image altogether, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a different video. Okay. And your last
This
one?
is good. I already did my last
You
one.
did? Oh, we're done.
I went first, but I would have to say,
keep going.
if you did Dean Martin, my honorable mention would have to be Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
Mostly because Frank was the first one that made the whole album viable.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, they all did their couple of singles and filler.
Mm-hmm.
And Frank Sinatra was the first one that said, I can string together a whole album that's every song on that album can be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah. And not only that, but my grandma liked Frank Sinatra, so I got to go with them.
Okay. Oldies but goodies. So
Definitely.
there is our Mount Rushmore of singers.
Including the one that fell off.
Including